Welcome back. Today we will continue with the Dr. DAO. Last time we completed the department DAO. Just to remind you what we did last time, we managed to define all the functions in the department DAO, like getting all departments, getting by name, for example. We introduced the statement, then we found an alternative way of passing values to the query uh, through the prepared statement. And finally, we defined the remaining CRUD functions, namely inserting, deleting, and updating. Today, we will do exactly the same, however, for the doctor table. Just to remind you, there is a relationship between the doctor and the department. So this will pose some additional code on some of the functions, not all. Specifically, when we retrieve data from the doctor table, or in some cases, we might want to get more information from the doctor and the department to fulfill this relationship. So we need to do some additional code in order to get information about the department too. However, when we pass data like inserting or updating or deleting from the doctor table, all we need is to pass the department ID, because that's how the relationship in the database is built. So let's start with the Dr. DAO. I will be mainly copying some code from the department DAO just to save us some time. Um, we will start with like exactly we did with the department DAO, since we will need the connection. First of all, we need all these import statements. So I'll copy these, and in addition to that, we will need the connection object, since it will be used in all the functions. So that's the first one. Okay, we will do exactly the same. We will write one function to get all doctors, another function to get, for example, doctor by, let's say, specialty, and then we will also write the code for the other CRUD operations. Exactly like we did with the department, we will define a function that will return a list of doctor, and this will be get all doctors. Again, here we need to import the doctor class from the um, model package, and we'll start with a try immediately and catch, remember, SQL exception, whereby we only print the message associated with this exception. Okay, so now what we need to do is first define a list. So that would be list doctor, doctor, we will call it doc list, equal a new array list. So that's the first one. Then the second thing, we need to prepare the query. So this would be a string SQL. Now, since we need to, again, let me remind you here, we have in the doctor class, we have three string attributes for the license, full name, and specialty, and the department attribute. I just noticed we have here a spelling mistake. I don't know why specialty is not my lucky word this time. So let's quickly fix this, rename. So specialty, there is an A missing. Great. Okay, so we will be retrieving those three values from the doctor table. In addition to that, we need some more information from the department table. So in order to do that, we need to join the query between two tables. The select will be a select uh, with a join between doctor and department. So let's start with select, and here, since we have doctor and department, and in both of them we have a full name here, we have a name. So if you want, you can um, select, let's get all data, select star from doctor and department. Okay. um, where now we have, remember, we have the, sorry, here we have the department here. We have the ID for the department is the same as the department ID in the doctor. So where um, department dot ID equal doctor dot, I think we named it depth ID. So this is the query that we have. Okay. Um, we don't need to use prepare the statement, so we'll use um, the normal statement. The connection we already have, so statement equal con dot create statement, and then we will execute the query. So statement dot execute query with the SQL passed to that function. Now, sorry, I just forgot here. We have, of course, the return is a result set. Again, we need rs. All right. So the next thing is create prepare the doctor list. So as we did last time, we agreed on going through each record in the result set. So while rs dot next, yeah, what this is the additional code that we need to write here in order to return a doctor list. Again, if I check the constructor for the doctor, we can easily retrieve license, full name, and specialty. However, the last parameter in the constructor is an object of type department, which obviously we do not have here because we get the department attributes. So first we need to get all the attributes of the department, create an object of type department, and then we move to creating an object of type doctor. So how do we do that? First of all, we will reconstruct the department object, or we will create one. So department D, or you know what, let me first get, so string, we have, what do we have? We have department ID, or Just to simplify it, we can directly do it this way. Department D equal new, my God, new department. Okay, so what do we need for the department? Again, let me show you the constructor. So we need ID, we need name, and we need building for the department. And those are the ones we get from this query. So remember, we have rs dot get string. So we get the string. The first one is ID from the department. The second one rs dot also get string, and the second one would be my God, I have terrible memory, name and then building. So the second one would be name, and the third one dot also get string, and this time it will be the building. So this will be the department object. Again, here we need to add import for the department. So we have the department now. The next thing is reconstruct the doctor now, doctor object. Now that we have the department, the rest will be easy. So doctor D equal new doctor. We will do exactly the same. So rs dot get string. The first one would be the license number, license number. The second, let me copy this. So instead of repeating it. So the second one would be the full name, and the third one would be the specialty. Finally, I got it right. All right, and the last one would be the department D we just created. So that would be the doctor. Let me see, did we miss anything here? Just, oops, just add a space. Dr. D. What do we have here? Variable D already. Oh, okay. Sorry, doc. And you know what? I don't like the letter D. DPT. And we change this to department. Okay, so now we have the department. We managed to create the doctor, and just keep in mind our function is waiting for an array list. So after collecting all of that, add the doctor to the list. So doc list dot add, right? Doc list dot add doc. And finally, after all of that, we will return doc list. And that's the we will take this outside the try block, so it's available for us. Good. And that's it for the get all doctors. So as you can see, we had to join to get data from both tables. The rest is mainly the same as we did for the department. However, when reading, in order to build or to create a doctor object, we need a department object as per the constructor in the department class, in the doctor class, sorry. So that's why we had to first get the department attributes, create an object of type department, and then pass it to the constructor of the doctor, and finally we add it to the list. That's the additional code we need to write if we want to get data from doctor table. Now we will do the same. I will copy this However, we will change the function. Instead of get all doctors, let's say we want to get doctor by specialty. So instead of we might have more than one doctor with specialty, so with the same specialty, so get all doctors with specialty, and then here we have a string specialty. So this will remain the same since we might have more than one doctor. However, if your query, for example, if you want to get doctor by license number, then uh, it would be only one doctor instead of a list. So here you will do like we did with the department. So you need to tweak the code a little bit. So here, get all doctors with specialty, then the query will change a little bit. So select from doctor where department ID equal, this is for the join. And now we need to, and doctor dot specialty equal, and then we'll add now the parameter. So here, instead of a statement, we will create a prepared statement. So like we did last time, we'll call it prepared statement. And for the con.prepared statement, and we pass the query as a parameter. Here we change it, we replace this with prepared statement, and the rest will remain the same. So you will be able to get a doctor with specialty. I will leave this for you to define a function public doctor, doctor, get doctor by license, and here string license. So show me how will you do that. I will just put return none to avoid any error. So here, write the code, the needed code for you to get doctor by license. As a hint, you need to do exactly like we did in the department down. Okay, so for the remaining functions for adding, updating, and deleting, this will be also the same. Again, I think I forgot here to add the parameter for the prepared statement. So ps prepared statement dot set string. So remember we have only one, so that would be the index 0, and this would be the specialty, the parameter. Okay, good. So let's continue. Now we need to define the add function. So public, remember add, update, and delete, they return integer. So this is the int doctor. Now it's easier than getting doctor, because here we need to give only the attributes for the doctor table. So that would be the license number, string, special, before that, full name, string, specialty, and finally string department ID. Yeah, remember, so here we have the department ID, because this is what the table is expecting, the doctor table. All right, so let's start with Um, I will name it iRow count equals 0, and then same, we'll add a try. I'll copy the catch from here. And finally, return iRow count. Okay, now we will have to write the code here to add. So first we start with the, as usual, the query, and that's a classical insert query. So insert into doctor, and then as agreed, it's better if we pass the attribute names or the field names. So license number, full name, specialty, and then department ID into, sorry, values. And now we pass 1, 2, 3, and then 4. That's the nice thing about the prepared statement. So we don't need to worry about passing the values. We pass only parameters. The next thing before we forget is we create the prepared statement and then we set the values. So here, again, let me copy that. Oh, so prepared statement. However, the first one would be 2, 3, 4. So the first one would be the license number. The second one would be the full name. Third one would be the specialty, and the fourth one, the fourth one would be the department or dep ID. So those are the parameters for the query. Once we are ready, we remember iRow count equal prepared statement dot, and then here we have to execute, but this time we execute update. Yeah, so we execute update, and iRow, okay, with a capital C. So iRow count, execute, update. And that's it. So once we are done, um, this will, ideally, this will be 1, the iRow count, because we'll manage to insert 1 record into the database. And you will also need to do the same for update doctor. So this will be also returning an integer, and then most probably when you update the doctor, maybe you need to update license, full name, and specialty. So, or you know what, we will only update maybe, yeah, let's add those 3. We don't want to change the department ID, or maybe we do. Maybe the doctor will change from one department to the other, so it will be exactly the same. And we can simply copy all of this. We'll paste it here. However, instead of insert, we'll change update doctor, and then we will set, yeah. We will set, so set license num equal question mark, and then full name equal another question mark, specialty equal third question mark, and department ID equal the fourth question mark. The rest will remain the same, and I will leave it for you now to check and test your understanding by doing this. So this would be the not update, this would be the delete, and for this we need only the license number. So we start with this, and then we end with this, and I will leave the rest for you. And that's it for the DAO class. Of course, you can continue adding more, maybe get functions, maybe you want to provide the user with different options to filter the doctor table. You are free to do that, but for the sake of this activity, I believe the functions we defined are more than enough. Anyway, later on when we get to the GUI, if we find ourselves in a need of another get function, we could easily come back here and define it. All right, so that's it for now. I will be seeing you in the next video where we will be starting with the graphical interfaces. So see you then.